Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to a new music class with Miguel. Last week we were learning about some things of music theory, the names of the notes and lines and spaces in treble clef and bass clef. But now we're going to begin with the guitar. Now, as I said in the last class, we're going to focus mostly on chords because I need you to start playing things that are going to accompany a singer because we'll be working together with the choir students and we're going to play songs together. Okay, so no more playing with notes. So we're going to focus on chords. So if you were good with chords before, great. But if you're not, then you have to practice a lot. And that's what these classes are going to be about from now on. So let me begin. So first, since we're not at school and we don't have the tuners that we had at school, we need to learn how to tune a guitar. Now, if you have an app in your phone or tablet that can do that for you, great. But we're going to focus on another option that you're going to find online. And that is with this website right here, okay? If you type that address online, you're going to get an online tuner, okay? Before that, because we're going to do it right now with my guitar, but before that, one thing that you need to remember, the first string is going to be E, the second string is going to be B, the third string is G, the fourth string is D, the fifth string is A, and the sixth string is E. Now you might be wondering why do these notes have a number next to it? We'll get to that, okay? But this is what you need to remember, okay? The first string is E, second is B, third is G, fourth is D, fifth is A, and sixth is E, okay? Now, I have my guitar right here. Remember that the first string is the thin string right here, the first one. Then the second, third, fourth, fifth, and finally sixth, okay? That is how we do it. And then the tuner, the actual tuner, is gonna look like this. So it's kind of like a needle that goes that way, okay? And when it's right on here, on this green section, if it's right there, then it means it's tuned. If it's a little bit to the right, it means you have to tune it down. And if it's a little bit to the left, it means it has to tune it up, okay? So let me just go to the tuner right here and show you how it works. So if you go to that website, you're gonna get this website, okay? And here, you're going to click on Activar. And here, I'm going to play my first string. Now, it's way to the left, so that means I have to turn it up until it reaches the green section. There we are. Then we continue with the second one. The second one is tuned too high, so I have to go down. I went too far, so I have to adjust until it is sitting comfortably on the green section. There we are. Third. Third is too low, so we tune up. There we are. Fourth, we tune down. Fifth. And finally, sixth. There we are. Now, what are those numbers? Now, if you see, there are more than one E or more than one B or more than one G in the guitar. So, for example, the last string is E2, but the first string, which is E also, is E4. There you can see it, okay? So that means that if for some reason your first string is tuned very, very low, You have to go way, way up until you reach E4, okay? It doesn't have to be E3. The first string is E4. The last string is E2, okay? That's what those numbers mean. So now that you have your guitar tuned, let's continue with the class. So going back, now you know how to tune your guitar, practice that with the online tuner, okay? Next. So now we're gonna focus on playing chords. And for that, we're gonna review 4 chords in this video. The first chord is the C chord, which all of you know, okay? That diagram right there is as if you're looking at the guitar like this, upside down, okay? So that is exactly what you're looking at right now. So if that's the case, look at my mouse. This string right here is gonna be the first string. This string is gonna be the second one. This is the third. This is the fourth. This is the fifth. And this is the sixth string. And these divisions right here are gonna be the frets. Remember, the frets are the divisions of the guitar. So it says there, circle 1. It means that finger 1, which is this finger, is gonna be on the second string, first fret. Then the second string, which is this one right here, middle finger, is gonna be on the fourth string, second fret. And finally, the third finger, this one right here, is gonna be on the fifth string, third fret. And there you have the C chord. You play all of them together. Be sure that when you're playing the chord, every note is pressed correctly, because if you don't press them correctly, it's gonna sound awful, like this. Some notes are not gonna sing. You have to play them, press them correctly, so every note sounds clean. That is the C chord. Same thing with the G chord, right here. If you follow the diagram, you will have this chord right here. And then you have the C chord and the G chord. Again, C chord and G chord. Again, C chord, G chord. So now we're gonna do some exercises, okay? This is where you have to be very, very careful with the practice, because you need to do them correctly, okay? So let's do the first exercise. Now, this might look a little bit different for you, but it's not that difficult. So you see these slashes right here, these black slashes. Imagine them as quarter notes. And you know that a quarter note has a value of how many beats? 1 beat, okay? So each slash right here is gonna be 1 beat. And what does this mean for the chord of C here on the first bar? It means that you're gonna play 4 downstrokes of the C chord, 1 per each beat of the bar. That's why it says here in the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first bar will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the second bar is exactly the same in rhythm, but with the G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally back to G. Okay? Now, but you have to play it together, and there's not gonna be any pause between one bar and the other. It has to be a continuous beat, okay? Remember, the beat doesn't follow you. You follow the beat, okay? So you cannot pause. So the entire exercise will look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you're having problems changing from one chord to the other, one option is practice more so you can do it. But another way is that on the 4th beat, so on the 4th slash of each bar, you can do a little bit of a cheat. What does that mean? It means that on that 4th beat, you're gonna change your hand to the other one. Okay, so I'm going to do it slowly so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it doesn't matter that on the fourth beat you're playing the open strings, all of them. It doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you play them on the beat. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, open strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as long as you play the beat correctly and not making any pauses, it's okay. Now, if you can change the chords without having to pick up your hand off the guitar during that fourth bar, during that fourth beat, even better. If you cannot do it still, then you can, on beat 4, take out your hand from the guitar, but still strum the chord, okay? So that is the first exercise. Rhythmically, very simple. The second exercise is going to be a little bit more complicated. So we're still going to have 1 bar of C, 1 bar of G, 1 bar of C, and 1 bar of G. But here we're going to have a different rhythm. Again, we're going to have here, as you can see, these black slashes that are going to be quarter notes. But here you have this thing right here, which looks like an 8th note, okay? So that means it's going to be 2 strokes per beat. And here you have, on the bottom of the staff, you have 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. If I change those numbers and to simply da, it would be like this. Da, 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 etc., etc. So let's just do it, that rhythm, only with the chord C. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Now, another way to do it, every time you say a number, the stroke is going to be down. Every time you say and, it's going to be up. So like this, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So the first thing you should do with this exercise is, right now, don't focus on the chord changes from C to G. Just focus on one chord and doing the rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Once you have the rhythm together, once you can play the rhythm with one chord, then practice changing the chords. And it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 and. Okay? So those are those 2 exercises that we're going to practice for the chords C and G. Continuing, we have 2 more chords. Oh, I made a mistake. Wait, let me just change this. This is not going to be the C chord, it's going to be the A chord. And this is going to be the D chord. Now, here we go. Again, sorry for that. Here we are. The A chord and the D chord. So like we did with both the C chord and the G chord, the A chord means you're going to put these 3 fingers right here. All 1, 2, and 3 fingers are going to be on the 2nd fret on strings 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. And you will get this sound. That's going to be the A chord. Now you can use these 3 fingers or you can use these 3 fingers. Whatever is easier for you. In my case, these 3 fingers, it's easier for me. But if for you, these 3 fingers are easier, go ahead. As long as you're playing all strings correctly, it will sound the same, okay? It doesn't matter what fingers you use. If you're pressing them correctly, it will sound the same, okay? So this is for me, A chord, and the D chord, if you follow the diagram, it will be like this, okay? Now, those X's that you see here, this one right here, and these 2 right here, they mean that you are not going to play those strings. So for example, in D chord, it means that the 5th string and the 6th string, these 2 right here, you're not going to play them. You're going to play that chord from the 4th string. So only the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. If you play the 5th one, it might sound okay, so I'm going to let it pass like this. I'm playing the 5th. But if I play the 6th one, it's not going to sound correctly. It sounds too like muddy, okay? It's not going to be good. So play from the 4th string or from the 5th string, okay? And the exercises that we're going to do are going to be exactly the same as the ones we did for the C chord and the G chord. So the first one will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. And the second exercise is going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay? So, it's not complicated, but it will be complicated if you don't practice. So the key thing here is to practice. I know that for all of you who have been my students for these years, you know that I'm very, very strict on practice, okay? But why? It's because there is no way you're gonna do this correctly without practicing. Practicing is the only way that's gonna make you better at playing guitar. Okay? There is no other way. I'm not Harry Potter. I don't have a magic wand. I'm gonna say, there you go, you're a guitar player right now. That doesn't exist anywhere in the world. There is no fast method of playing guitar. The only effective method of playing guitar is going to be practicing, okay? Now, I'm not saying practice 3 hours a day. No, maybe a half an hour. Maybe for you, if it's easier for you, it's going to be 15 minutes per day. Maybe for the ones of you who it's a little bit more complicated, it's going to be 45 minutes. It will depend on you, okay? But one thing is true. Everyone needs practice to be better. Some people need more practice than others, yeah, but all of you are gonna need practice. So to practice, after you practice, you're going to do a task. And that task is gonna be this thing right here. Record yourselves on video, playing all exercises using an online metronome. I'm going to explain what a metronome is, don't worry. I know it's going to be difficult, but that's why you need to practice, as I said before. Don't forget to tune your guitar first. So go to that online tuner and tune your guitar first, because I will consider that when grading. As I said right here, I will consider 4 things to give you a grade. First is beat, that you are playing on the beat. Remember, you follow the beat doesn't follow you. So I'm going to consider beat, chord technique, that you are playing the chords correctly and that everything is sounding clear, okay? Tuning, that the guitar is tuned, and sound quality, okay? That every note is played correctly, okay? Yeah, okay, so let me just explain what a metronome is. Okay, just in case it wasn't clear. We have seen 4 exercises, okay? So let me just go back to them. Oh wait, too long. Here we are. So you're gonna record yourself playing exercise 1, this one right here. You're gonna record yourself playing exercise 2, this one right here. Then you will record yourself playing exercise 3, this one right here. And finally, exercise 4 right here, okay? All in one video. Don't do 4 videos because it's gonna be more difficult for you to upload it to Schoology and everything. One video for all 4 exercises. Okay, and it says there using an online metronome. So what is that? Let me just go out of this. I'm gonna go back to Google Chrome. And how do you do it? You simply go to Google and you type here on search online metronome right here. Okay, and when you do that, you're gonna get this thing right here. Okay, here you have a plus sign and a minus sign. Click the minus sign until you get to 80. Once you're in 80, press play and you'll get a beat. Okay, I hope you can hear it. So that means that you're gonna play your exercises with that thing on the background. Okay, so I wanna hear it. Why? Because that is gonna be the only way that I can tell that you are playing beats. So exercise 1, it's C and G. We'll sound like this. Exercise 2 will sound like this. Same A and D, same for 4. Okay, just pause that. Let me just go back to this thing right here. Okay, so look at exercise 4. Sorry, exercise 2. Every time you say the last and of each bar, you're gonna take out your hand, like I said in the exercise before. Okay, I do it. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. You see the last and, I still play with my right hand, but I took out my left hand of the guitar so I can change to the next chord. Again, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. It's going to be very difficult to make the change without doing that. So it's better that in exercise 2 and exercise 4, you do it like that. You take out the hand on the last and of each bar, okay? So if you have any questions about any exercise or thing about chords, okay, there is a discussion forum in your Schoology paper that you can write all the questions you have, all the comments you have about the content of this video or about the task, okay? So be sure to do that if you have any problems. And this is going to be due, so this is for all 6th grades. So if you're watching this video on Monday, that means you're going to be uploading this video up until tomorrow at 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Tuesday. If you're watching this video on Wednesday, then you're going to be having time until Thursday, 9 p.m. Okay? So you have a day and a half to practice and do that, okay? Now, I'm not expecting you to be perfect. That's okay. The thing is that you have to practice, okay? And just because the task is over tomorrow at 9 p.m., it doesn't mean that you're not gonna practice more, because we're going to continue doing more exercises with more chords, and then if it's too much, then you're not gonna be able to handle and practice everything at once, okay? Because all these things are gonna be for the summative, okay? There are gonna be quizzes, there are gonna be summative exams, and I need you to practice everything, because right now, I can be flexible with the grade, okay? I'm not gonna be too strict, but for quizzes and for the exam, I'm not gonna be that flexible. I'm going to be more strict. So that means that you have to keep practicing even if there is no task, okay? Even if you have classes with me on Thursday, and then you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, I still want you to practice, okay? Because on Monday, we're gonna have more exercises to do and to practice. So keep practicing every day. Go, my suggestion, between 20 minutes and 30 minutes per day, and that's it, okay? Just so your hand gets used to playing those shapes of chords, okay? So without further ado, let me just stop sharing my screen, and we will see each other next class, okay? Bye-bye.